everyone. So I know that it's been a little while. It's been really busy. We had a Disney trip in there and we had back to school for our kids. We've had basketball practices starting up for our oldest son. We got a new puppy. It's been busy. So just to give you a quick recap, I had gone through the entire process right up to approval for surgery. And to meet with the surgeon. So I knew when I came back from our Disney trip that I would be meeting with the surgeon. He is fabulous. I've heard nothing but great reviews about him. He's very precise. He's very clean with his incisions. He will almost quiz you and ask you questions and then just lean back and wait to find out what your response is, to make sure that you have done your homework and that you know what you're getting yourself into. So he was fabulous to meet with. We did discuss both the options of having the Roux-en-Y and the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. My personal choice the whole way through has been the vertical sleeve, but I needed to talk with him on what his thoughts were. He's the pro here. Talked about the pros and cons between both the vertical sleeve and the Roux-en-Y. You know, the research is backing the Roux-en-Y. It has been around the longest. It has what they call the most success rates, and many are still calling it the gold standard, which I'm not a fan of. I don't feel there is any gold standard. It's a personal decision. It's a personal outcome. Anybody can fail either one. So he did talk about that the Roux-en-Y is a permanent lifestyle change. This changes your life completely. It's not just a tool, it is a lifestyle full-on switch. The difference between this one and the VSG is after 30 days, your stomach now functions like a regular stomach, just smaller. So you have to be comfortable putting in the exercise, putting in the right food amounts, making sure you are drinking enough liquids, making sure you're getting quality food into your body because it is smaller portions. This could fail if you don't stick to it. So the pressure is on quite a bit more with a VSG than a Roux-en-Y. The vertical sleeve, you're back to normal with all the regular normal risks of a stomach within 30 days. If you haven't had any complications from surgery within those first 30 days, you won't have them outside of what a normal stomach would after that 30-day mark. Whereas with a Roux-en-Y, you can keep those complications and risks coming throughout your entire life. Talked back and forth, and our final decision was with the VSG, which I am thrilled with, that he agrees that it's the right choice for me, being I have no comorbidities to push towards the Roux-en-Y. As I said earlier, I'm just a healthy fat person who can't seem to shake off this weight no matter how much I try. So that's the route that we're going. I got my surgery date, I got my prescription for the OptiFast, and I got my appointments to meet with the anesthesiologist and the nurse for our pre-op. So the pre-op process in our clinic, you are prescribed a certain amount or none of OptiFast. I was prescribed 1 week of OptiFast. So this is to help shrink your liver, to get it out of the way for that surgery, to make it easier for the surgeon to get in there and do what he needs to do. The OptiFast is typically pretty hard because you're switching down to about 900 calories of almost full protein. So your body will go through a sugar withdrawal, through a carb withdrawal, through a habit of chewing food withdrawal, sitting with friends and family withdrawal. But this is actually good training, as I see it, for post-surgery when you are on full fluids. And for me, it's over Thanksgiving, so that's extra hard. Canadian Thanksgiving is the 12th and 13th and 14th. I'm having surgery on the 11th. So no Thanksgiving for me. I will take my cup of broth. This gets you ready for post-surgery, which is super helpful in my eyes. You can have your OptiFast 4 times a day, and then you can have any clear, calorie-free fluids to help satiate any other needs. So if you're feeling like a sweet, have some Crystal Light with your water just to feel like you're getting something sweet. But it has to be calorie-free because you want only your calories coming from the OptiFast. So that's the week leading up to surgery. I also meet with the anesthesiologist and the nurse that same day that I start OptiFast on the 4th So I'm sure that's just a regular pre-op appointment. Then surgery. Surgery is October 11th. Like I said, it's a Friday of the Canadian Thanksgiving long weekend. I don't know how that happened, but so I'm gonna be skipping out on Thanksgiving this year completely. It looks like I'll be in hospital for half the weekend anyways. Here, they tend to keep you for as little as 24 hours to as many as 3 days. I think some people may have been there for 4 days, but it all depends on your recovery afterwards and how you feel and how you're taking fluids, because you have to be taking in the specific amount of fluids to be able to go home. So surgery being the 11th, it's in the morning, which is fantastic because there's nothing like fasting and then having to wait till like 4 p.m. for a surgery. Once surgery is complete, they try and get you up and walking as soon as you feel well enough, because walking will help get that bloat down. They will try and get you taking a tablespoon of fluid as often as you can. Once you're keeping your fluids up, you go home. You can have jello, you can have broth, you can have clear fluids with calories. Just try to avoid the sugars, because for some people it can still give them dumping syndrome even with having a VSG. Once you're done at that stage, for us we do it for 1 week, then we move on to the fuller fluid stage, which can include purees and cream soups. So this is a little bit thicker of a stage, but still you don't want to go too thick. You don't want to be eating anything that needs a knife and fork. You want to strain all your food so you know there's no chunks in there, but you can handle a little bit more texture. Then after that, you move on to the regular stage, soft foods, which is what you'll stick on right till you hit maintenance stage. You really want to work up to certain textures and heavier foods. We still can't have red meat for 6 months. You avoid that for 6 months. And this is where the lifestyle kicks in, that you need to make sure you're getting the right portions, meeting the right macros. Where I'm at right now, we've met with the surgeon, we have the surgery date, been prescribed 1 week of OptiFast, and now we wait. I'm also keeping track with some books that I've picked up to learn some new bariatric cooking. I'm keeping up with a couple of my favorite YouTube channels that are so informative, and there's so many good Instagram accounts out there that will definitely help me through this process. Bariatric meal prep, amazing. If you want to follow any Instagram account, that would be the one to follow. She works through all the different stages and has fantastic tools to help you be successful. I'll try and tag them below so you can find them on Instagram, because they're not all on YouTube. I will follow up with you guys. Probably I'll do some vlogging through surgery. I'll get my husband to go behind camera for me and get some stuff so I can share that with you post-surgery once I'm feeling well enough and can kind of stitch a video together. So I probably won't be back until after Canadian Thanksgiving, and I will follow up with you then. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.